So, Hollie, as someone who works with athletes and non-athletes on a daily basis, what are the main advantages that you believe athletes possess and can use to their benefit?
Gosh, I think there's so many. I think as athletes, and I'm guilty of it myself, I think we don't realise, I guess, how different and um how we work at such a high level. I don't think we see that as normal because that's what we do on a daily basis. Whether that's how we speak with our teammates, how we have constructive conversations, how we work in teams, how we set goals. I mean, there's so many things that we do that we see as very, very normal, um, that the working world out there see as really interesting and fascinating, and something that would really help them. So I think don't lose sight of some of those, as we see, really simple skills. So I think as athletes, we develop a huge amount of resilience, which I think is hugely beneficial in the working world. You know, we're used to not getting selected, getting injured, not performing very well, not achieving the goals that we set out to achieve. We're used to getting knocked down and having to get back up again and go out there and trying to achieve what you're set out to do again. So I think that's a huge one that again isn't the norm for a lot of people, that we can really use out in the working world. I think we're all also natural problem solvers. If we've got a problem, we want to get fitter or we want to develop this skill, we problem solve just to try and achieve that. Again, we take that for granted as just what we do on a normal day-to-day basis. But we break it down into, okay, if I want to achieve this on the fitness test, then what do I need to do between there and there? And yes, we have the support around us to use, which again, you have in the business world. But you plot and you plan how you're going to achieve that. And so I think those problem solving skills, again, hugely transferable to the working world. I mentioned earlier, we're incredibly process driven rather than outcome focused. Yes, we have that goal that we want to achieve, whether that be on top of the podium, winning World Cup, whatever it is. But we focus on the processes, which is our day-to-day activities that we have to kind of tick off and get done to achieve that. So I think that's really important again in the working world. And we're also really demanding of ourselves. You know, we're our own worst critics. We rarely give ourselves any praise, but we work exceptionally hard. And again, our norm is we are surrounded by other athletes that are also exceptionally driven, exceptionally hard workers. So we're used to seeing that and we think that's the norm, but it's not in the business world. So I think that drive, that determination is also incredibly valuable in the working world and easily transferable.